Hey folks, everything new under the sun. My last number of videos, I've been harping on the idea of delusion and deception. Satan is the father of lies, and what did he do in the very beginning in the Garden of Eden? Well, he lied. And so that's a common thread going throughout history. And it stands to reason before the Lord returns, there will be an absolute hockey stick escalation, exponential escalation in deception, and people basically going insane because of for many different reasons. Whether they're people who love the truth, as Christians should be, or whether they are under the strong delusion that the Lord allows them to have because they've chose to walk away from God. There's many reasons why people will believe the lie, maybe for self-preservation. When the Antichrist comes and the mark of the beast comes, many people will just go with it because they'll say, well, I need to feed my family, I need to survive. And you know what? Surviving is not the point of life. The point of this 100 years, 80 years, 60 years, whatever you have, the point of it is to make a decision for Christ. Eternity comes after that, and that's ultimately what we're living for. To eternity, pass away, and God is going to come judge the evil in the world. This is Matthew 24, a very well-known chapter, speaking about the last days. Many prophetic events happening here: kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. Have you watched BP Earthwatch again about all the earthquakes? Well, it goes on and starts about deception in the last days, and this will increase. I think we are going quickly there. You can see the significant increase in misinformation, disinformation, malinformation, the ministry of truth, the whole idea of 1984. All right, interruption. My microphone died, and I'm not sure where the audio dropped out, but we're going to splice these videos together here. So verse 21, Matthew 24 says, "For then there shall be great tribulation." Now this tribulation, I believe, speaks of the wrath of God. There's tribulation and there's great tribulation spoken of in Revelation chapter 6 and elsewhere. "Such as was not seen since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor shall ever be. And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days be shortened." So for the elect's sake those days will be shortened. "Then, if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." So if it were possible, the deception is so thick and so deep and so entrenched in all the media sources that even the very elect, could even possibly be deceived. And I wonder about showing the great signs and wonders. Are they going to show it through the internet, through media devices, through mainstream media? You got to ask the question. So as we look at this, we go over to the news of the day. This is zerohedge.com. What's the top news? Well, Tucker Carlson is out. Now, Tucker Carlson, some people say it was, the Dominion voting lawsuit. They lost $700 million. I wonder about Tucker Carlson. Was he telling the truth? Are they now basically purging the various mainstream media networks of anybody who is not going to toe the line, who is not going to tell the party position, who is not going to do what they say? And Tucker Carlson was kind of one of the last truth tellers on mainstream media. He was one of the most popular, if not the most popular, personality, especially on the right side of mainstream media news. Second to that, Don Lemon of CNN was just fired today as well. He is another person who is a liability. CNN probably saw him and the various issues that he had, if you've been following the Don Lemon saga, and they may think that he is not trustworthy to toe the line either. Are they setting up the media? Are they purging people who they do not trust? Just like the U.S. military on the base there and the generals that got purged, are they purging people who they don't believe will do what they're told to do when things go sideways? You know, maybe before World War III, if and when it happens, does the government know that it has to control the media and it cannot have any dissenters at that point in time? Are they taking these people out specifically for that on the right and the left? Look at the Taibbi news blackout in effect. They don't like Taibbi and the Twitter files that he was presenting to everybody. And so he is under the gun now. You know, there's a target on his back. They're going after the media. You talk about the censorship rules, Bill C-11 in Canada, and was it the restrict law in the United States where they're going to start restricting content. The government in every situation is trying to control the news, trying to dictate what we are seeing there because they want a narrative. They want a single narrative. They want total control of information because they don't want malinformation, disinformation, misinformation. And they will be the sole source of truth. They will be the ministry of truth. They tried to create a ministry of truth. It didn't work. It fell apart. But they are still proceeding. They're going to censor. You will lose your voice. Even Canadian Prepper came out and said, I am probably going to lose my voice, you know, my YouTube channel because of all the censorship, specifically Bill C-11 in Canada. So it's coming down, folks. Again, there's going to come a time where they will not put up with any dissenters, any people like me who are telling a counter narrative, something opposite of what the government says. And what happens in wartime? The governments lock down all media. They say only listen to the government. The government is the source of all truth, and they control any other information, you know, to control public morale, to prevent civil unrest, whatever it may be. They want to control all the information. This is what's happening in the last days, folks. And big news. Pay attention. These people you need to find news sources that you'll have access to after the fact, when all the censorship comes into effect on the internet. And that will be by way of local contacts, local relationships, family, friends near you. Ham radio, have you know, short band radio, have the ability to listen to other countries, other people, you know, people in Mexico or some of these third world countries. They're not going to be restricted by government law and government content rules. So if you have a radio and you can listen to these things, you may be getting kind of the other side of the story, and then the truth is always in between. So, folks, first of all, the Bible is truth. We need to have our faith in Lord Jesus Christ and ask Him to open our eyes to the truth. And then ultimately from that, the internet will at some point be completely controlled or locked down or censored. And so you need to understand where you can get alternative information, and a lot of that's going to be boots on the ground, you know, face-to-face relationships with people in your community, and networks there, physical human networks, to get the actual truth of what is happening. Be prepared, guys. The misinformation coming from the government is real, and there will be complete propaganda when World War III starts. Thanks for watching. I'll leave it there. We'll see you in the next video.